Hi and welcome in today's video. Mariam here, sharing about how to live a more nourishing, energizing and prosperous life. Today's video is in the pram. We are having a little walk, and as I made previously the video in French, I am going to talk while having a walk in the pram, wow, with my baby, right? Okay, she is going to be 2 months tomorrow, which is great. I mean, time has been just flying, and I wanted to share with you 5 things that I wish I knew before having her, before having a baby. 5 things that are, to me, very important and make a difference in someone's life if you actually think about them, get ready for them, prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, train yourself, all of this stuff. Okay, before, all right, let me just check that. Sorry, this is all new, the setup, so if it falls off or something, just don't worry, I'll figure it out. And if the light isn't good, it's because the sun is probably behind me, but never mind, as long as the content is shared, this is the most important. Okay, so the number one thing I wish I knew before having a newborn is knowing that they have a, from the very beginning, a personality, a character, a makeup, something that makes them unique, and meaning that your action and your behavior will have to be matching their makeup and their needs and their wants according to who they are as a unique baby. For instance, if I can give you a few examples, Anya, my baby, she would sleep on her belly but not on her back, and that's something that most doctors or medical experts would say is dangerous and you can't do and la la la, but because that's the way she is and she likes, and that's what works for her. I figured it out, and after a few trials I realized that's how she likes it. She feels more, I guess, comfortable and safe and happy this way, so that's what I do. Other thing is, she usually cries when I put her in the pram to go for a walk, but afterwards she is happy with it. She, like right now, she's okay. She's doing those baby sounds and she's happy. But before, when I didn't know about this and I thought, wow, she's crying, that means she's not liking the pram, I should find another way. So I was using a carrier, which was nice too, but the only reason she didn't like, I mean, I don't know the reason why she didn't like the pram, but if hadn't I gone through trying different times and going a bit further beyond the crying, I wouldn't have known that she actually liked the pram. And in other words, the first experience that you get isn't necessarily the reality, the overall reality of the full experience. So you need to try a little more, and you need to know your baby more, why like they're crying, and maybe that's only something temporary. The other thing is, another example I have, number 3, is at the very beginning she would scream sometimes at night, and that was really scary to me, and I didn't know why, and I thought it was because of the milk, like surprised because of the way she was pulling the breast and being angry and annoyed and kind of stressed out, and I thought it was the feeding, and I started to do all the research on feeding, and I started to express milk to make sure I had enough and to make sure she was happy with the milk. And then later on, doing all the research, I realized she was still screaming in the evening, and the reason was she was overtired, probably, and also she had a bit of stomach ache. So I figured out, hello baby, I figured out all of this through the experience and through knowing her and the way she was acting or reacting. But if I didn't do that, I would never have known that this was her, right? And of course, some babies, we can find similarities, but also there's things that will be kind of more unique to your baby, and certain behaviors will happen with some babies and some won't. So it's very important to know that. That was my number 1 thing. Know the uniqueness and know the kind of personality of your own baby. Number 2 is, so if I remember everything, number 2 thing I wish I knew before I had a baby was that whatever you put in your body and whatever you, well, I knew it, but not to that extent. There's things that like your baby's stomach is very fragile, and their stomach is everything almost. Like, in other words, if they are if they have a problem, if they have a problem digesting, like if they have a stomach pain and issues, their life is miserable, and yours will be too, because they will just spend their time screaming, and you will have just a hard time trying to soothe them and calm them, and it will just won't work until it will just won't work. They will stop crying and screaming when they feel so tired that they're just exhausted and they just go to sleep. But there will be no other way for you just have to be patient, and that's terrible when it's like that. I know, because at the beginning I didn't know, so I was having things that maybe didn't work for her, and it doesn't matter the healthy things or whatever it is. For instance, if you eat animal products or dairies, that can affect a lot your baby's digestion, and I would really I think if you do cut dairies, it does make a difference. Although some people say food does not impact, I believe 100% that it does. So that's one thing. Knowing that your baby's stomach is almost everything. Even one day when she was screaming, I called the doctor and I said, I was wondering why she was screaming, I didn't know. And they say, is she pooping all right? Is she eating all right? Is she putting on weight? All the answers were yes. So they said, oh, she's fine. Like, no matter how bad the screaming was and how long she was screaming for, as long as she was having food, she was okay. Like, food is everything for a baby. If you add to the sleep and and a little bit of playtime, I'll come back to this after. Food is everything. So be careful what you eat. Be careful if you what type of thing you ingest. I would recommend intermittent fasting. I will make another video on this. It's a bit windy, but yeah, food is everything. So, and the stomach is everything at this age, a lot more than an adult for sure. Number 3 thing I wish I knew is linked with the stomach again. Can we cross here? Yeah, we can. Is that burping and farting, that's a funny one, but they fart and burp so much, so often, like that's the main thing they do during the day, like when they eat, when they don't eat, it's just crazy. When they sleep, it's just crazy, and how loud and smelly it is. Oh my god, I didn't know it would be like that. So like, considering they're so tiny, it's just, to me, it's amazing. Like, yeah, the smell and the noise. But anyway, it's a little clin d'œil, as we say in French. It's just funny. We laugh about it with my friends and family. But yeah, number 4 thing I wish I knew is, okay, I'm trying to remember the one before I go to this, is the training. Like, everything is a training, and I didn't know about that. I thought breastfeeding was natural. I thought sleeping for them was natural, and it isn't. You need to learn about everything. For me, I had no idea about pumping, or actually I don't use a pump. I hand express the milk, so I just do it by hand, and I'll make a video on this probably later, just because there's no need for a pump. I believe it's just way easier by hand and way faster. But I didn't know about that. I didn't know about how often it is better to do so, every 2 to 3 hours, and then how you need to organize your life around this. I didn't know about how important it is for a baby to have a routine, because me, I didn't really have one. I mean, I do things daily, like meditation, workout, going out, but when it comes to specifically a bedtime routine, very, very, very similar every single day, I didn't really have that, because for me, bedtime isn't really important. I sleep randomly. I don't always sleep much. There's certain days I do, certain days I don't. Or certain nights rather. So yeah, to me, I had to consider all of this, or reconsider my life around this baby's routine. And so I had to train myself and learn. Other thing is, yeah, the sleeping was a very big one. I actually bought courses and got trained to understand that their sleeping patterns cover schedules of wake time and unawake time, and that's very specific, and I didn't know about that. So yeah, how much of a training it is to have a baby, and that things that we consider natural actually aren't. Right, that's the number 4 thing I wish I knew before I had her. Number 5, right now, to be very honest, I don't actually remember what I said in the previous French video. and my throat is ticklish. But don't worry, I think I'll stop this video with 4 things I wish I knew if I had before I had a baby. And if you can train yourself with these, you will surely have a way better start. And obviously it's fun, you can always catch up later, but yeah, it's great to... Oh yeah, number 5 thing, oh yeah, I have to say this one is how much they need entertainment, just like us, and how much they get bored if they don't have entertainment. They need to have entertainment with different people, with different activities, with different environments, and that makes me... I think this is great because that's exactly how I am myself. I need constant entertainment in the fact that I need to always trigger my curiosity, always change environment, always go out and do things and interact with people. And I feel like that's also something I noticed. Your baby will be kind of like you and will force you to do things that are good for you and are beneficial for you and are things that actually you want to do, but maybe you pushed on the side, or maybe you didn't want to do exactly, or maybe you're scared to do. What are you doing here? She's playing in such a funny way. Turning her head around, wobbling. Yeah, so that your baby is basically not a copy of you, but has exactly the pattern and thing that you need to grow as a person yourself, and you need to like be more assertive and be more confident about. And for me, it's all about people and interacting and traveling and moving. So she's just like that. She needs different people. She needs a whole lot of diversity, although all babies probably need that. But yeah, that's something very important. Number 5, keep them entertained all the time. Be creative, find things, jumping, running around. I mean, she doesn't run, obviously, she doesn't even crawl, right? Doing things that keep them, keep their curiosity nourished and answered. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. We arrived. It's okay, baby. I'm gonna help you. Yeah. Okay. Catch up later. Bye now.